For my first rebuild of the year here on Madden 26, of course I have to rebuild my Tennessee Titans with the goal of leading this new squad with #1 pick Cam Ward to the first Super Bowl in franchise history. And thanks to the EA Creator Network for allowing me to capture this early footage, I also have the opportunity here to become the first person on the entire planet to win the Super Bowl in Madden 26. But we need to create our coach first, because this entire process is completely new this year. Do I want to create an offensive guru, defensive guru, development wizard? And I do want to develop Cam Ward, but also I feel like being an offensive guru would help him out. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as I love Dan Campbell, I feel like it'd be the smart thing to do, to model your coach after Andy Reid. I mean, he's been pretty successful, And cool thing this year when creating your coach, you can actually add some swag to him. I think that'll do. Oh, it's time. First rebuild of Madden 26, which I do want to point out, this is still a work in progress build of the game, so everything you see today is subject to change. Let's go, coach! Which we do have a plethora of starting abilities, which are completely new this year in Madden franchise. We're gonna have to see how much it actually affects our rebuild today. We do only start out as a level 1 coach today. Hopefully we can get closer to level 50 and see what we can unlock. Hopefully I can put these 200 franchise points to good use. So we begin today's journey as an 80 overall team with an 81 offense, 80 defense. Obviously led by 72 overall #1 pick Cameron Ward. I know 72 is a little low to start, but I have a feeling this guy is going to develop into a superstar today. Hopefully this hidden development eventually turns into an X factor. I mean, his throw power and his accuracy is fine. It's just that awareness kind of hurting that overall. Actually has pretty decent athletic traits, which, speaking of traits, they are completely different here in Madden 26 as there's a bunch more options. He has risk taker, which I'm interested to see if that means he's going to end up throwing more interceptions. He has cannon, which says quarterbacks with this trait will have higher tendency to throw bullet passes. Eyes up, which means he'll keep his eyes up when moving toward the line of scrimmage, waiting longer for plays to develop before scrambling. And he has double back, which means quarterbacks with this trait can scramble away from the sideline to keep the play alive. And we can add a trait. Is that cheating? I'm wondering if we're supposed to add one ourselves here. As you see, there's a ton of quarterback traits to choose from this year. I don't want to pick one and seem like it's cheating, so we're just going to stick with the traits Madden 26 gives us for now. But obviously, the success of this entire squad relies on the development of Cam Ward, but around him, Tony Pollard's a solid option in the backfield. Behind him, we still have Tajay. And the offensive line is okay. I mean, it's better than what it's been in the past for the Titans. Only issue is Kevin Zeitler here. He's not a long-term option. He's a little bit older, but hopefully we can have him stick around for another year or two. And obviously, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Calvin Ridley easily Cam Ward's #1 receiver. But when it comes to the depth chart, dude, I actually want to give some of the younger guys more of the playing time. So we'll put Aya Manor as a wide receiver 3 and Shamire Dike as the wide receiver 4. And you know what? Let's go ahead and put Xavier Restrepo as the wide receiver 5. Tight end is interesting too, man. Like Gunnar Helm, I think he's going to be a beast. He has hidden development, so we're actually going to put him as tight end 2. I'm also hoping Chig can develop into something quite nice. But he is in the final year of his rookie contract, so we are going to have to keep an eye out on that and see if maybe we give him an extension at the end of the season. And obviously, our offense has some holes, but my goodness, dude, on defense, we have a lot of work to do. We are severely lacking at the edge rusher spot. Although we do have rookie Olafemi Oladejo, who comes in as a 74 overall with hidden development, so it would be huge if he could develop into a star today. Our pass rush is going to need it, man. Outside of Jeff Simmons, outside of Devondre Sweat, hopefully the Jerry Sneed can get back to his form. But defense is something that we're definitely have to work on in the near future if we want to have any chance at winning the Super Bowl. And something new here at the start of franchise, you have a coaching carousel to begin things off, and you can begin things off by firing your coordinators if you wanted to. You actually start with a really good trainer, which helps, again, the wear and tear, which is brand new in the franchise mode. He's a good trainer, so we're definitely not going to fire him, and I don't know what kind of coordinators are out there, so I don't want to lose out on coordinators that actually leveled up a little bit, so we'll keep Chris, keep Aaron for now, but we could revisit that by the end of the season. And here in the Coach Central tab is where you kind of see everything that you need here. You can see the abilities that your coordinators have, the abilities that you have as a head coach, which all of ours right now are offensive abilities. They increase throughout the seasons if you reach specific goals. You can actually downgrade if some things go wrong for you, and obviously you can unlock new ones as your coach levels up. And play sheets are big too, dude, because in these specific play sheets you get some pretty big boosts, which we can actually upgrade these with our franchise points. So if I upgrade the run and shoot play sheet with these 20 points, within that specific play sheet I now get +3 to all blocking attributes for offensive linemen on the play sheet plays. And again, again, you can unlock other play sheets, which are big this year in franchise as your coach levels up. Now, I also want to upgrade some of these offensive coach abilities. So Dr. Dots will increase pass accuracy on passes 10 yards or less, and I'm sure Cam would appreciate that. I might actually go ahead and upgrade it a second time. Now, I do want to use some skill points to upgrade in the player development tab, because like quarterback here, if I can go ahead and unlock this, that's going to help Cam Ward get an XP boost each and every week. I might honestly go ahead and max this one out, because again, Cam Ward's development is the most important thing when it comes to this team's success, because we use most of our points, but with this dude, Cam Ward's quarterback XP in training is increased by 20%. With my last 40 points, we're going to go ahead and upgrade the Dr. Dots all the way up so Cam Ward can get the biggest boost possible on his pass accuracy. But I feel like we use those 200 points wisely. And there's a few things to take care of here before we actually start the season. Gotta go to our first press conference here. There's Chig. Not gonna lie, kind of cool to see a little in-depth view of the building here. Coach, given your offensive background, what area of that unit do you think you'll have the biggest impact on? I'm gonna say quarterback, because I'm assuming that's hopefully gonna help Cam Ward some way, somehow. Yep, field general ability awarded. Also unlocked a play sheet. So these press conferences are really important to do this year. Moving more to off the field, what area have you emphasized as needing to be a big focus? I feel like definitely player development is the most important answer here, because we want our players to develop as fast as physically possible. We have to develop players, plain and simple. That's very true, coach. Which part of the offense will you be most focused on developing the most? Quarterbacks, absolutely, bar none, brother. You don't have a QB, you won't be successful. We unlocked another ability. Last question, coach. What will separate you from the other coaches in the league? I'm gonna say an unstoppable aerial attack, just in case it gives Cam another little boost. And we got dashing dots. Next up, we have a position battle. Who in the world could be wanting to meet with me here? Surprised you're not in pads. We got practice in a few. Cam Ward? Cameron, you're starting day one, man. Like, don't stress, brother. Wish I could just tell him now that he's starting. Guess we'll make him sweat a little bit and have to work throughout the preseason, so we'll let him know after the preseason. But, brother, you're starting. Take advantage of your reps in the preseason and come back. Like I said, I gotta make him just work a little bit harder. I'll be dominant, so the choice is easy. I mean, that's really something Cam would say, to be honest. And first time we're ever gonna hear from a trainer in Madden, so let's see what this is about. Hey, coach, want to discuss managing player health for the upcoming season. As players start to take punishment during the season, that wear will cause their health to start to diminish. Attributes can be affected and injuries are more likely. Where do you fit in, Brian? Each week, we're going to evaluate every player's overall health and give you a status. It's the first time we've ever had to deal with anything like this in Madden, so it's going to be very interesting to see, as we just unlocked another ability. It's going to be really interesting to see how much it actually affects franchise mode this year. Now, I do want to see if there's any available free agents that I feel like they can help the team right now. Christian Wilkins, oh man, do I do it? Be $10 million. I mean, like, the one thing, dude, is that we really don't need help on the defensive line opposed to other parts of the defense, so I'm actually gonna avoid signing them for now. Now, what we could definitely use is some edge help. Zadarius Smith, I feel like would be a big improvement on what we have right now. Think I'm gonna do it, man. Zadarius Smith, welcome to Nashville, which, as mentioned, he's an immediate upgrade over Arden Key, who I also believe is on the last year of his contract. So is he a player that we could potentially trade away and acquire a draft pick or two? Let's do it, man. Let's try and make our first trade of Madden 26. It's probably not gonna be anything crazy. We'll see what offers are out there. Just Will Shipley in return from the Eagles. There's gotta be somebody that needs a little edge help, right? So the Raiders do. What would you be willing to give me for Arden Key? Very close to giving me a third-round pick. You also need a backup quarterback. Maybe they'd be interested in one of our backups to see the deal through, and it was accepted just like that. Let's go. Now, who else could I potentially trade away to bring in a few more draft picks? We have Xavier Woods here. We signed on a one-year deal, and I'm not gonna lie, brother, I kind of would rather our youngster Kevin Winston play in his spot, because he actually has some potential. So let's see if we can actually put a package together with Van Jefferson, because again, I want some of these young wide receivers to play instead. Nobody wants them, apparently. Surely somebody needs help at free safety, right? Okay, the Vikings do. Would you be willing to give me a third-round pick? Not quite as easy this time around, but could I swap, like, maybe a 6? Trade was accepted just like that. Let's go. Now means Kevin Winston's gonna have himself a starting spot. So let's, for the first time, now advance into the next week and see if we can at least win our first preseason game. As it looks like we already leveled up quite a bit as head coach. I think we're already up to level 3, almost at level 4. And each week, you're gonna be able to see your loadout progress, because sometimes you have to meet meet certain conditions, and sometimes you get downgraded. We also unlocked another play sheet. Low scoring game here as we won this first preseason game in overtime. 3 interceptions, kind of an ugly first preseason game, but that's preseason for you. Okay, we already had ourselves a big trade. Now, something that I think is cool that you guys will 100% notice today is you will see a lot more CPU trades in franchise mode this year. So the Falcons traded Tyler Algier to the Browns for Rayshon Jenkins and a 7th round pick. Now, I'll periodically check throughout the season to show you guys which crazy trades are going down. Now, can we remain 2-0 in the preseason? No. Oh god, do we already have an injury? And dude, we already had another big trade. See, dude, we're like only 2 weeks to the preseason and so much has already happened. Let's first see what in the world our trainer wants to let us know. I really hope nobody significant got hurt. Oh wait, dude, Brian with the false alarm. He's just trying to give me some advice. Gotta make sure you set your weekly strategy every week so you can utilize the abilities that he has to affect our players' health however I want to. So what role am I most interested in us performing? I mean, I definitely want my players to heal faster, so I think that's the best bet, Brian, which we just unlocked that ability. Let's go. Oh, wow. So the Packers acquire Isaiah Likely for Marshawn Lloyd and a 5th round pick. I feel like that's a bargain. So let's get to next week so we can tell Cam Ward that he is going to be the starter. We need Cam to be as happy as possible. Oh, we lost again. Which even following the loss, some good news. I see Cam Ward here already up to a 73 overall. Hopefully by the end of his rookie year, he can be pushing 80. That is the goal. And I'm really hoping this hidden development trait ends up being superstar. We'll figure out another 250 plays. Ooh, Kevin Winston already up to a 73. I told you guys that was the right decision making him the starter. And Olafemi, dude, he's already a 75, so before you know it, he might take over the starting job at left edge. Dude, he looks so happy. But at this point, it is finally time to get into our first ever Madden 26 regular season, which this is where we can go ahead and hire and assign scouts. So we definitely need a scout whose expertise is wide receiver. I wonder if I can find one that has both wide receiver and defensive end. I mean, this guy has edge, but like, I need somebody with at least 3 stars. Hopefully fire Marcellus is not a mistake here. No, man, I see nobody with the combination of wide receiver edge. So unfortunately, we're hiring Marcellus right back. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep our scouts as is, which 2 of the best prospects in the upcoming draft is edge rushers. So if we do have a bad season, which I kind of expect, maybe we get a top 5 pick and can go ahead and improve the edge position. I'm gonna go ahead and simulate week 1 and see if somehow, some way Cam Ward can win in his debut against one of the best defenses in the National Football League. After that, we'll probably just go ahead and simulate to the end of the season and see how we finish. I just want to see how Cam Ward's NFL debut goes here. We ended up with a 13-10 win. Let's go. I mean, definitely one of the lower scoring games of the week, but a win is a win and we'll take it, boys. Just like that, we might not be getting a top 5 pick. Cam Ward in his debut, 188 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 16 of 24. Did get sacked a lot, but did what it took to win. Pollard, decent game on the ground. Cam Ward also put up 28. And Calvin Ridley, I told you guys, is about to have a massive season. Now that I think about it though, fellas, what I might actually do for starters is go ahead and simulate to the midway point of this season and see maybe at the trade deadline if there's anybody we want to get rid of and maybe acquire some more draft picks, because we're gonna have to build this team through free agency and through the draft. Oh my gosh, we are 5-3. Never in a million years did I expect this, brother. We lost to the Rams, the Cardinals, and Raiders, which I feel like was unlikely losses, but we did beat the Broncos, as you saw week 1, the Colts, Texans, and the Colts again. So we are dominating our division right now. So I'm assuming that means we are probably in first place in the AFC South. Ooh, a half a game behind the Jags, which apparently the Colts, Texans having stinky seasons. So like, guys, we might make the freaking playoffs our first year. I guess it just brought the morale boost that we needed. Now I gotta see Cam Ward as a rookie halfway through the season, not that bad of numbers. On pace for a little under 4,000 yards, a little under 30 touchdowns. I mean, 14 interceptions is what he's on pace for, which I mean, isn't terrible for a rookie. He is getting sacked a little bit too much though, already 31 times on the season. Now, on the ground, Tony Pollard putting up really good numbers, 4.5 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett leading the squad. Oh my god, 500 yards, 6 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley putting up respectable numbers, as is Chig in the rookie Alec Io manner. And unfortunately, it looks like Chamire DK isn't getting much playing time. I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to develop like we need him to. Now, defensively, Cedric Gray leading us in total tackles, now sacks. Jeff Simmons, 6.5. Darius Smith, our signing from the preseason, 3.5. And a little disappointed with Aladejo. I mean, I guess 2 sacks as a rookie halfway through your first season. Like, I mean, like his senior season at UCLA, he was an inside linebacker to like halfway through the season. So he's only been playing edge full time like a year now. So I guess guess that's not terrible. Little update on the MVP race. Ooh, it looks like Anthony Richardson's having himself a good season. Now, a lot of stuff here we need to look at before we see how much our players have progressed. The defensive line breakout. Ooh, apparently we missed out on a Jeff Simmons upgrade. And we now have a linebacker breakout. Who are we talking to here, coach? I have no idea. Turn around. Anthony Orji. Okay, that's not who I expected at all. He wants to become one of the best linebackers in the league. If he has a big game this week, his dev trait will go up. Now, very importantly, we already have 22 players ready to renegotiate their contract. So we need to see what that is all about and who we need to resign. Roger McCreary, absolutely have got to bring him back. Good thing is, too, he's interested. I mean, I'll give him a fat 4-year deal. Just give him the base offer. And Roger McCreary on the dot is going to be a Tennessee Titan for the duration of his rebuild. Next, Amani Hooker. I definitely want to bring him back. At least, you know, let's give him a little 4-year deal, another base offer, and he thinks it's a perfect one. Now, like, I probably should go ahead and try to bring back Chicks. I can get him on the cheap since he is interested. He only wants a 2-year deal for some reason. If I'm going to re-sign you, I want it to be for probably like 4 years. I mean, maybe even go 5 since we could lock him in for such a long time. But still, let's go ahead and offer it. And even though it was longer than what he asked for, he's a Titan for the next 5 years. And for now, I think we're going to let the rest of these marinate, and we can come back at the end of the season and see if we want to offer any of these guys an extension. Now, Kevin Zietler's a big one, because if he doesn't retire, I definitely want him back, even though his overall is probably going to go down quite a bit because he's 35 going on 36, but I would definitely love to have him back for another season. Wait, for the first time in Madden 26, I want to check this out. Dude, this is so sick, man. Like, first highlight, somebody getting trucked into the end zone. Oh my god, dude. What a start. What a start to the weekly recaps. Next, the undefeated Baltimore Ravens. Hand off to Derrick Henry. And he's gonna take this one to the house. 31-17. Lamar Jackson takes down Caleb Williams and the Bears. I'm not gonna lie, dude, this is kind of sick. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs, who are kind of struggling this year for their standards against the Commanders, who are definitely struggling compared to last season. I'm assuming this is a bomb down the field to Rashee Rice. Chiefs, I'm assuming, with a relatively slim win, 27-20. This would be a really cool thing to do in the playoffs, to see who wins each and every week. Now, I told you guys the one thing I did want to keep track with is all the trades that were going down. Like, look at him, off the get-go. Nick Chubb traded to the Patriots, which apparently they wanted him desperately, because they traded Carlton Davis, a 4th and a 5th round pick for. Jonathan Jones to the Commanders for Menu and a 4th. I mean, I told you guys, there are so many more trades that go down in Madden 26 franchise mode than we've ever seen before. AJ Epinesa being traded from the Bills straight up for Evan Williams, and they also got a 6 and a 7. I mean, no real blockbusters, like no real stars traded, but I still think this is really cool. Now, I'm not gonna lie, since we are having a good season, I want to go and check the trade block and see if there's anybody I'm interested in. I'm not guaranteeing anything at all. I'm not trading any draft picks. I just want to see if there's somebody I feel like that could be worth improving our squad with. Wide receiver, there's nothing really crazy. Tucker Kraft could be interesting if I didn't just sign Chig to a contract extension. There's some decent edge rushers on the board. I'm wondering if I should go after Arnold here. He's 26 going on 27. We need edge help in the offseason. Has 1 year left on his deal. So, like, I could potentially get a cheap, really solid edge rusher that could help us out for the next 3-4 years, and I wouldn't have to draft one. I wonder if they'd be interested in taking a player straight up. I want Gunnar Helm to continue to get more playing time, so I wouldn't mind getting rid of Josh Wiley. Or I could go ahead and try and trade Draymond Jones straight up for him, because I'd be getting a guy 2 years younger, the same exact overall. That's a lie. He's 2 overall below him. This would be an upgrade for the long term, so let me throw Josh Wiley back in there and see if we can get ourselves an unexpected trade off the trade block. Oh, they can't afford it, so we're gonna have to take Josh Wiley out, and yeah, dude, this is a GG. It's not happening. It was worth a shot, though. Now, I know we're having a good season, but the one thing that does scare me is, if my memory serves me correct, we have a pretty tough second half of the season. Like, we have to play the Texans again, the Jags, who are leading our division. We have to travel to San Francisco. We have to play the Chiefs, Jags again away from home. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if we did make the playoffs. Let's see, though, man. Like, I'm already shocked that we got 5 wins. I didn't know if we'd get 5 wins all season. So let's see if we can at least end with, like, 8-9 wins. I consider that a W of a season and a good step in the right direction for this franchise. Oh, here we go, brother. A moment of truth. The Tennessee Titans Titans make the playoffs. In our first year, I think we missed 9-8 on the year. Oh, we got the 9 seed, brother. That's rough. But hey, no harm, no foul. We finished with the same exact record as the Kansas City Chiefs, so I don't feel as bad. Honestly, dude, I feel like if we made the playoffs, we weren't going to win it, so at least we get a better draft pick that way. I mean, you obviously wanted to make the playoffs, try to make a positive out of this somber moment. So, like, even though we didn't make the playoffs, man, even though you had teams like the Giants turn things around, I am so happy with 9 wins this year. Now, most importantly, we finished with the 21st offense in the league, which we definitely can improve upon that, and defensively, we were about the same. Cam Ward, I mean, that's not a terrible rookie season by any stretch of the imagination. We do need to see if this won him Rookie of the Year, which would be huge for his development. 3,800 yards is solid, dude. 33 touchdowns. He definitely wants to limit the interceptions moving forward. We've also got to keep him upright, man. 54 sacks is diabolical. We have got to do better for the rookie quarterback. We'll check what his overall is up to in just a minute, and we also got to see if he won Rookie of the Year. Now, on the ground, Tony Pollard, I mean, that's another good year, man. 911 yards, 13 touchdowns. Even Cam, dude, 400 yards is pretty nasty for him. Calvin Ridley with another 1,000-yard season as a Tennessee Titan. Him and Tyler Lockett basically ended up with the same amount of yards, although Tyler went crazy with 14 receiving touchdowns. Best season we've seen from him as a Titan, 700 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Alec Iomaner, 9 touchdowns as a rookie. So maybe, just maybe, he can be the future of this wide receiver room. Now, defensively, Cedric Gray led us in total tackles. Now, sacks, Zadarius Smith tied Jeff Simmons with 9. Sebastian Joseph Day had 7. And Oladejo only ended with 3, which again, kind of disappointing with how raw he is, not the end of the world. Also had our guy Kevin Winston tied the team lead with 2 interceptions. Now I do want to see here what Cam Ward's overall is up to. Brother, he is all the way up to an 84 overall. Are you kidding me? At the end of his first season, dude, he's already the 16th ranked quarterback. Only has star development, but maybe, just maybe, that'll actually go up if he won Rookie of the Year. But how's he an 84? We can see in the progression history. Got 16 points this last week. And I mean, gosh, dude, like 29 points in week 16. He's just been going up like crazy, man. I'm wondering if this is because of my coach abilities I clipped earlier this season. Now, around the league, Joe Burrow led passing yards, 4,600 yards. Josh Allen led with 49 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions. So he probably won MVP. Well, Michael Penix, interesting first year, 21 interceptions, so I'm assuming, was second to Justin Fields with 1 more above J.J. McCarthy. Derrick Henry led the league in rushing yards, about 1,615 touchdowns, although Brian Robinson with 19 rushing touchdowns. Bijan averaged 6.5 yards per carry, dude. That is nuts. And Rashee Rice led the NFL, 1,486 yards and 20 touchdowns, which is insane. Oh no, Matthew Golden putting up 1,100 yards. He very easily might have won Rookie of the Year. Defensively, we had Max Crosby with 28 sacks, TJ Watt with 26, Khalil Mack with 24. My God, where did this come from? Now let's see in-season awards. That Cam Ward win Rookie of the Year, Josh Allen wins MVP, Pat Mahomes in second, Matt Stafford in third. I was about to say, dude, I really feel like I deserve some Coach of the Year votes, man. We went from worst to 9 wins. Rashee Rice wins AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Max Crosby. Now here we go. This is the important one. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ashton Jeanty, man. We came in third, but also promising. Got to keep the vibes up. Iomaner came in 5th. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Demetrius Knight. Ooh, look at the Bengals, man. They drafted a great last year in defense. We did have Kevin Winston come in 10th. We take it. Now, NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Mykel Williams, Abdul Carter in second, and we did have Matthew Golden win Rookie of the Year, which I kind of expected in the NFC. Jackson Dart right behind him in second. I got to see, what in the world did Ashton Jeanty do to steal my thunder? He put up 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. I mean, I guess that's fair. Which, now that I think about it, dude, he is probably already up to like a 90 overall. 91 superstar. Like, how are we supposed to compete with this? He's going to be a 99 probably within 2-3 seasons. Now, outside of Cam, ooh, dude, Iomaner up to a 79 overall. And even DK over here, who didn't get much playing time, he's up to a 76. So maybe, just maybe, we don't really need to worry about drafting wide receiver, and they can be our future. Not much movement, unfortunately, unfortunately, from the offensive line, and even Chig didn't go up that much. I think he only went up 2. Gunnar Helm went up 2. So like, maybe he actually ends up being the starter over Chig in a year or 2. Now, defensively, Kevin Winston up to a 77. Aladejo up to a 79. And as a team, man, we went from an 80 to an 83 with an 84 offense and 83 defense. Now, we have made it to the conference championship week. So first season of franchise, you have the Ravens and Jags, Buccaneers and Packers. And in the AFC Conference Championship, it's going to be the Ravens or the Jags. Derrick Henry on a toss here, scores, which I'm assuming that means the Baltimore Ravens take down the Jags 22-7. Wasn't even close. And on the opposite side of things, it's going to be Ravens, neither the Packers or Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield drops back a dime. Chris Godwin leads his team into the Super Bowl as you're going to get yourselves a Packers Ravens Super Bowl here in year 1. So fun checking out the playoffs like this. Which means you get a Ravens Bucks Super Bowl here in year number 1. We're in the Pro Bowl week. I do want to see if we had any Pro Bowlers whatsoever. Unfortunately, it's not looking good, boys. It is not looking good whatsoever. Not a single Pro Bowler on the roster. Just kidding. Amani Hooker, our saving grace. Now, time to advance past the Super Bowl week and see if we get any big development trait upgrades this offseason. Maybe Cam can go up to Superstar. Oh, fellas, a little bit of bad news, not gonna lie. We lost Johnny Hecker. But actual bad news, Kevin Zeitler is not coming back for a second season. I was worried about that. Maybe I should have locked him down to that contract extension earlier. Oh, wow, we had a lot of retirements. Not just him. Jordan Mims retires after 3 years. That's interesting. I wonder if we're going to see running backs retire a little bit earlier than other positions. You have Morgan Cox. After 17 years, our coveted long snapper is gone, and Tyler Lockett retires after a really, really successful season. I really don't know why he called it quits. Now, outside of the Titans, I do want to see who else retired across the NFL to really get a feel for who's going to retire each season in your franchise mode. Harrison Smith is gone. That's depressing. It's always sad, like, seeing who retires. Aaron Rodgers, he said in real life he only has probably 1 more year left in him. He's gone. Ooh, Cameron Hayward retires. Bobby Woods, Taysom Hill, DeMario Davis, Cameron Jordan. Some big names are gone, boys. Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Kyle Van Noy, D-Hop. Oh my gosh, boys. Geno Smith? Goodness gracious. Adam Thielen? We're losing the entire league. Russell Wilson, Trent Williams, Kirk Cousins, Lane Johnson, who is probably still a 99 overall, or at least close to it. Khalil Mack. So yeah, dude, after year 1, your franchise is going to be decimated. A ton of players calling it quits. Joel Bitonio and a bunch of other big ones. Ken Allen, who found his way on the Bengals somehow. Stephon Gilmore. Man, that's a lot of talent gone just like that. So that's going to get replaced with the draft picks, though. And in our first season of our first franchise here on Madden 26, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the Super Bowl 34-20. Now, time to see if anybody important got a dev trait increase or maybe even somebody decrease. Unfortunately, on offense, it looks like everybody is the exact same. And unfortunately, I think everybody's same on the defense, too. Jeff Simmons actually lost his superstar. Gosh dang it. And unfortunately, with some of the losses to free agency, we're right back down to an 80 overall. We're gonna be fine though, Cam, I promise. Now, as we get into our first real offseason here, before we get to free agency, I want to see if there's anybody else I want to re-sign. Now, Peter Skoronski, we're definitely gonna pick up his 5th-year option. He's a good young offensive lineman. Raymond Jones at edge, I think we're gonna try to improve upon him on either through the draft or through free agency. Darrell Baker, we're fine at corner. Zadarius Smith, he served us well last season on a 1-year deal, but I think we can do better. Sebastian Joseph Day as a defensive tackle number 3. I wonder if he'd come back on a 1-year deal. Like, we have the money. This is a lot, but he was really good for us last year, even that D tackle number 3 spot. So let's just see if we up the money a little bit. We can afford him on a 1-year deal, and he's coming back. The money talked. Now, outside of that, I think we're good to let the rest of these guys walk. Now, we do have a ton of points that we can use here before we start the offseason. I don't believe there's anything that helps us when it comes to attracting players in free agency. So I'll probably just use it to hopefully help our players train a little bit better. The player development, since we have young wide receivers, we'll go ahead and lock that. And this also should help out with our tight end development. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this as much as physically possible. Now we got quarterback and wide receiver maxed out. Okay, this is an interesting one here, boys. This camp counselor ability, I want to go ahead and max it out, and I'll explain to you why. Because next season, I'll actually take part in training camp. Oh, I actually don't have enough points because you see here, you get a 5% 5% boost to dev trait upgrade odds in training camp minigames. I wish I could take those points back I used in the wide receiver. Maybe by the time we get to next season, I'll get enough points. I'll need 21 more somehow. Now with that, boys, let's get into our first free agency of Madden 26 franchise. Well, kind of neat here in the top stories, we get a bunch of stuff about the combine. So Junior Amos over here didn't show, so we definitely want to draft him. Mark Christie had a bit of a stumble, hurt his draft stock during a terrible combine showing. You had Zach Reynolds here, was the top performer, so maybe he's somebody we look to draft. Clemson running back DeAndre White could be a stud. Definitely not going to draft Brandon because he showed up to the combine out of shape. Can't be having that. But here we have it, fellas. Free agency. So do we have ourselves a first official solid free agency class? And okay, Travis Kelce is not what I expected whatsoever. Would have thought he would retire with everybody else that did, but how crazy would it be just to sign him on a one-year deal? Because I'm on a one-year deal, and if we're not looking like we're going to go on a playoff run, we could potentially trade him away at the trade deadline and get something in return. Got to be strategic here somehow. We could use help at one of the tackle positions, that's for sure. Jaquan Brisker, actually a pretty good free agent out there. But outside of that, there's really not much that I'm interested in, not gonna lie. Now, I didn't get to trade for him, but I could potentially sign Arnold because we could convert him to right edge, and we definitely need somebody there. So let's give him a pretty healthy 3-year offer, and hopefully nobody else is throwing the farm at him. We're currently tied with the Jets, so let me actually up it just a little bit. Nothing way too crazy, Arnold. Again, we're still tied with the Jets. If we don't get him, it is what it is. And as mentioned, dude, I will give Travis Kelce a 1-year deal. I know I re-signed Chig, but it's Travis Kelce, man. Like, Cam Ward would be so happy about this. Just a 1-year deal, too, so it wouldn't be the end of the world. Obviously, there's a bunch of teams after him, and we're not even close to being the top dog. So we're definitely going to have to up his offer quite a bit. And we're at least tied now. Again, have 2 offers out there. We might not sign either of them, unfortunately. I'm also going to go and offer Taylor here. Nothing crazy, little 2-year deal. I'll bump it up a little, and he can play left tackle for us for the next couple seasons. And at least we're leading for him. The other player I want to look after here is Jaquan Brisker. I mean, he's definitely the best player left. We can afford him. I know we just re-signed Amani Hooker, but we could definitely find a spot for him, dude. It's Jaquan Brisker. I think a 3-year deal is solid with me. We'll bump it up a little since he's not really interested. Oh god, we're quite a ways behind the Commanders and Steelers, so I will actually up my offer quite a bit. So I want to make this team as good as physically possible, as quick as physically possible, but we're still behind. Am I really gonna have to offer him a 5-year deal, dude? That's gonna be nuts. Okay, Jaquan liked that one, so we might have had to overpay quite a bit, but we might actually be able to land our man. So I would be over the moon if we were able to sign all 4 of these guys. Unfortunately, it's probably not gonna happen. Wouldn't be shocked if it was just Taylor that we got. Now, there are some potential younger options we go after. Ty Hamilton here. He could be our long-term Sebastian Joseph Day replacement. I don't know what he's doing sitting here in free agency. I mean, I'm not asking questions. He's interested in joining us, so I feel like he'd be a perfect fit. I'll actually give him a fat 5-year deal, up the money a little bit. This could be huge. What about Lucas Van Ness if we don't sign Arnold? I might actually take my offer off for Arnold and go after Lucas Van Ness. He's younger. Feels like a Tennessee Titan to me. I give him a 4-year deal. He's a little bit more interested in what Arnold was anyway. We're tied with the Commanders. I feel like we could take the lead here. Up the money by about $1 million. And we now lead for Lucas. Hold on a second. I just saw somebody else that would be a huge upgrade. Malcolm. He'd be an 8 overall upgrade at the will linebacker position. And he's not going to be that expensive either. He's not interested in joining, which is kind of unfortunate. But I will gladly give him a little offer and hopefully entice him to head on over to Nashville. Oh, we're so far behind the Broncos and Cardinals. That kind of stings. Like, I desperately actually want him. What if we gave him a low-risk offer? Had to be a 5-year deal, unfortunately. And we're still behind. Oh, God, Malcolm, I want you badly, brother. How much do I actually have to up this money, man? There we go. Now we're tied. Now, I also know we're really bad off at Sam linebacker, too. So, Chad Muma, I'm not going to give him anything too insane. He's only 72 overall, but he could help us out, be a starter there immediately, which obviously we will take. We're leading for him by far. So, let's do it, man. 7 big offers out there into the Madden universe. I'm hoping we can land at least 4 for these guys, and I'm gonna be happy. Let's submit the offers through here, and the only one that has not accepted an offer is Malcolm Rodriguez. So if we pan over once, we signed Taylor Moulton, Ty Hamilton, Lucas Van Ness, and Chad Moom, which means we missed out on Travis Kelce to the Broncos, so he stays in division. Missed out on Daquan Brisker to the Commanders. Is there anybody left that I'm actually interested in? We do need to be as smart as possible with our money. Now, obviously, we do have Malcolm Rodriguez targeted here, but if we miss out on him, which is definitely a possibility, I want to be able to sign one of the better guys available. So let's go ahead and see if he signs. If not, we'll go try to sign a will linebacker. He signed with somebody, and that somebody wasn't me. It's so unfortunate. He went to New Orleans, and Jerome Baker signed. So the best player available is Alex Anzalone, man. And I mean, he's a veteran. We can sign him on a 1-year deal. Definitely not giving you a whole year. Tied with the Bucks and Panthers. I really need this badly because it is not good. It's not good for us at will linebacker right now. All you're getting, Alex. That's all you're getting, buddy. Hasn't accepted nor denied. So we'll go ahead and advance week 2 of free agency. And he signed with us. Let's go. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't get the top tier talent I was after, but we do get 5 players that fits pretty big needs for us. I'm curious what this mock draft says here, which obviously we didn't finish with the top 5 pick, which obviously means we're going to miss out on those 2 potential generational edge rushers. Hopefully there's a wide receiver left at this point in the draft that I actually feel comfortable taking, or if not, maybe I just trade back and accumulate some more picks. Here we have it, boys. Our first draft in Madden 26. No pressure, boys. No pressure. This is just what's going to set the foundation for the entirety of this rebuild, and whether or not we end up winning the Super Bowl. Let's see. With the first pick in the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft, your first ever #1 pick in Madden 26 franchise is this guy, Decker, who I believe was one of those edge rushers. Which, when it comes to my pick at 17, I really would like to go after this Lynn Griffin guy to be our long-term Calvin Ridley replacement. Which, quickly looking at my draft board, there's a couple other receivers that are actual first-round talents. We got them drafted. Maybe even this Jalen McCain guy who has a bunch of A's. Is this a guy that we try and target like later on in the first round? He's definitely not the fastest, but he's got a ton of really good core attributes. We'll see. Let's see who's available at pick number 17. Hold on. I actually don't think that wide receiver got taken. Now that kind of worries me. Lynn Griffin here. Why didn't you get selected? He's pretty fast. He's got some really good ratings. I mean, we have him scouted. He's a first round talent, so he can't be a bust. So what am I talking about? We need to take him. Don't be a bust, Lynn. Really hope Griffin here can become our franchise wide receiver, which it does say A+ pick, 12th in true value, got him at 17. We got so lucky that he fell to us. A 6'5" monster, dude. Remember, he was blazing fast. So now, unfortunately, we have to wait all the way until the middle of the second round, which, just out of pure curiosity, if I wanted to trade down here, what kind of offers are we getting? I mean, to fall back like 20 spots to pick up an extra third is actually kind of enticing, not gonna lie. It would be the last pick in the second round, but it might actually be worth it. We'll come back to that. Now, I do know we need guard desperately, and there was a few that I was interested in, but unfortunately, they're all drafted already. There is a decent middle linebacker left, although I don't know if he would be available at the end of the second round. Andres Flores. I mean, he was the fastest, most athletic linebacker at the draft. I just don't know some of these key ratings, man. You know what? I might actually just trade back. Not many players on the board I'm really in love with right now. There's some maybe in the 3rd, 4th that I would be rather to take. So let's actually go take that Bucks offer. Or should I actually try to get a pick from next year instead? Odds they will give us their second from this year and second from next year to trade up these 15 spots. It's declined, but it's actually really close. What about their 3rd, 4th, and 5th from next year? And their 4th from this year? Trade still declined. So you know what? Might just be better off taking this offer, taking the picks this year. Maybe even trade those back once we get there. So hopefully the few linebackers that I'm actually interested in are still available at the end of the second round here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no. Well, the outside linebackers I was interested in are gone, but thankfully Andres Flores is still here, so he is 100% gonna be selection. Could be a reach. He's projected 3rd to 4th round. Let's see. Hey, 55th in true value, got him at 64. Okay, not terrible. Does have a normal dev trait, which does kind of ruin the excitement a little bit, but at the end of the day, dude, not terrible. I'm not gonna lie, dude, there's not that many prospects left of the board that really entice me whatsoever. Although this center who has A awareness, A pass block, I mean, is this a generational? Okay, it has some D's in there, but again, there's not much I'm interested interested. I was eyeing like a handful of players, and they all just got snatched up before my selection. So, again, I might try and trade away for future assets and maybe trade them at the beginning of next year. Now, this is actually what I like to see here. 2 future thirds and a 7th for next year. I think I might actually go and take this Commander's offer. Might be dumb because we're losing on our pick right now, but again, not really happy with anybody right now on the board, so we'll wait for next year. Maybe even trade that 3rd round pick for a player. Now, I forgot we have another 3rd round pick here from our trades from the beginning of last season, so I might just go ahead and do the same exact thing here. Stockpile a ton of picks for the next few seasons. I mean, the Rams are offering me their 3rd for a future 4th and 5th. I mean, I feel like that's just, again, just stockpiling some decent picks. It's all about making every decision possible for the betterment of the future of this franchise, boys. And again, I might go ahead and trade down one final time here and see what we can pick up. Another team offering us 2 future 3rds, which can be used in a future trade. I feel like this is in a 7th this year. I feel like this is the move, boys. And we'll go ahead and make our next 2 3rd round selections. Now, I was sitting here looking at this guy. I know we don't need deep tackle, but he's one of the few rare players left to have some interesting attributes, like being the 2nd fastest D tackle out of a very, very big D tackle class. Also, the 2nd highest jump. Not the strongest, but I just want to test out by drafting a genuinely athletic player at the D tackle position. You got Roger Goodell still out here grinding 3rd round. I mean, my hunch wasn't way too off. 94th in true value, got him at 92. Again, only has normal development though, which is just not a good thing. Again, kind of a nasty spot in the draft, man. I just want to trade back. Got to keep in mind this is the last pick in the 3rd round, so we're not gonna get anything way too insane. But I think I will take a future 3rd, future 5th, and future 7, and I really think I'm gonna package a lot of those 3rds together and bring in a big player to position of need, maybe right guard. Oh my gosh, there was an undrafted free agent player that I was eyeing to look at, and he's gone. Oh my, even the undrafted players are going. That's not good. Now, speaking of undrafted players, these 2 centers I'm genuinely looking at. Like, with everybody still on the board, this Ben Shelby guy looks good, and if undrafted free agents are getting drafted by the computers, there's probably a lot of good undrafted free agents here. Also, this Gomez guy looks actually really good for a potential undrafted free agent. I mean, top 5 in every single drill at the combine and his pro day. Got a bunch of A's, a bunch of B's. Eddie Gomez, undrafted free agent, brother. You are absolutely getting drafted, my friend. Middle of the 4th round. He's having a bad day. Didn't think he was gonna be drafted. Now getting called out by Roger Goodell, and he comes in 64th ranked player. Got him at 113. What a freaking snag here. Also, hidden development. A few stinkers with the last 2 picks, but man, Eddie comes in here with a freaking bang. This got me hyped up now, man. Come on, bring on the 5th round, which we only have the very last pick in the 5th round. I'm not gonna lie, if that other center is still there, I'm gonna take him. Ben Shelby, do I do it? Again, there's not many players I really like anywhere. I'm gonna do it, man. Ben Shelby, you're gonna be the selection. I mean, he's the fastest center, not quite top 5 and everything like our last stud center, but he's got some A's. It worked last time. Let's do it again. Benjamin Shelby is the pick, and he's gonna come in as the 204th player in the draft, got 160. So also normal dev. So there's your answer. Please don't go out there and draft 2 projected undrafted free agent centers back to back. Now, we do have 2 more selections here in the 7th round. I might actually go after a punter, maybe a kicker. And after the draft, I do want to see the results, look at all the overalls of the rookies to see what type of draft classes we have this year. But first, let's see, like, do we have a long snapper? There are some long snappers, are some punters, are some kickers, which we're looking to upgrade. Now, this Luke Pierce fellow looks quite enticing, has a kick accuracy, has a awareness. Don't know what his kick power is, though. I mean, a good athletic kicker. I mean, just judging based off this, I think he's gonna be good. 5'9", 181 out of Northwestern. He's gotta be smart. Lucas, please don't be a dud. Oh my god, dude, that is crazy. Oh, Lucas, you beauty. 13th best player in the entire draft, and got him in the 7th round. Of course, he comes with normal dev as a kicker, but dude, I am excited to have Lucas. Can we do the same thing and get our long-term punter here at the end of the 7th? Which also reminds me, I probably do need to see the best undrafted free agents that fell through the cracks after this. See if we can find any studs. Is there a punter worth taking? I mean, all their kick accuracy sucks. Don't really know if either of these guys are worth it. Now, I will say, I know we do also need a starting long snapper since Morgan Cox retired. There's only 3, and none of them been drafted yet. You don't normally see long snappers get drafted. But with a late 7th round pick, dude, why not try to fill a need? Fortunately, we didn't really scout them too much. I mean, all their long snap ratings are A. I guess I just take the top guy on the board. Looks like he's the most athletic out of the 3. Don't know too much about him, but Joseph, you're going to be the selection here. A 244, 6-foot long snapper, and he comes in as the 19th ninth best player in the entire class and got him at 214. Dude, a long snapper with swag. Fantastic pick. Now the anticipation builds, boys. How high of an overall class did I just draft? Oh, don't be a stinker. My first class of Madden 26, and okay, hold on. Lynn Griffin, a beast. 78 overall to follow us all the way middle of the first round. Then Andres Flores was good in the second. Decent D tackle and Nick Martin. Eddie Gomez with a 73 overall in the fourth round. Like, he might even start for me this season. We'll have to see what we do in some trades here. That kicker long snapper was nuts. Unfortunately, completely missed the fact that I had the Mr. Irrelevant pick, but went out and got Kevin Fernandez. Not a bad last pick of the draft. 68 overall right in. So not gonna lie, dude, probably give myself like a B+ here. Now let's see. Okay, Christopher Decker was an 82 overall. I know a lot of people like to see this, like to see how high the rookies are for each draft class. We have J.C. Brown. Oh my god. Third pick in the draft here, hidden development out of Fresno State, 79 overall, has 95 speed. Okay. So pretty good first 3 picks of the draft. Now let's see. Highest rated player was a left guard. Into the first round, I really wish we would have saw this guy because we need an offensive guard desperately. Now 82 rated tight end also went in the first round. There was an Jalen McClain. I did look at him early on in the draft. He ends up in 80 overall. But it looks like most of the highest rated players, even if they're projected to be a later pick in the draft, it looks like they all get scooped up pretty easily in the top 3 rounds. Although there was a beast left guard here, Bryce Anthony, who fell within the cracks. Also, a really good wide receiver too. My god. I should have done more scouting, man. He's 93 speed. Mitch White out of Oklahoma State. This guy, the steal of the draft. So some tough decisions to make here at the start of season number 2. Like, since I have this young center, do I go ahead and try and just trade away Lloyd Cushenberry? He does still have 2 years on his contract, so he'll have a little bit of a penalty if we trade him, but I think it'd be worth it if we get another starter in return. And wow, that 7th round pick that just randomly got selected ends up being a hidden development player. Probably could upgrade at middle linebacker. And as mentioned, I might just go ahead and trade Sebastian Joseph Day here. He's 31. He's still at high overall, so he probably could get something back in return. I know we just signed him to a contract extension, and he had a big year for us last year. Best season of his career, actually, was 7 sacks. But we only gave him a 1-year deal, so if we can get something of value in return, like, why not? And wide receiver's a tough one too, boys, because we have Calvin Ridley, who's Cam Ward's #1 receiver. We also got some young bucks who could slowly but surely get better for us if they got some playing time. Now, it's just rather or not, I think what we got for Calvin Ridley in return would be worth it. He's down to an 81 overall, which he's still going to be solid if we play him. He's had 1,000 straight yards, 3 straight seasons. That'd be a big presence that we lost. Also, would be shedding quite a bit of money. Also, would have a pretty big penalty hit. But all just depends on what we could get in return, because we need a right guard desperately. We could use a big upgrade at middle linebacker. I mean, I'd even take it if you go ahead and upgrade on one of the edge positions. But first, I need to advance into preseason week 1. I just want to see what available free agents are out there. Let's see if we have ourselves any undrafted free agents that are studs that fell through the cracks. Maybe even some pretty decent free agents that didn't get signed that could be good depth pieces for us, like maybe Zadarius Smith, bringing him back on another 1-year deal. Ooh, undrafted free agent punter Manny Mercado here, 73 overall. No, buddy, I'm going to sign you, and you're probably going to be the punter for the duration of this rebuild. Now, I do need a solid backup quarterback because I have something in mind, but I need a quarterback that is specifically a mentor. Maybe Jimmy G, maybe Tyrod Taylor. You know what? A little fast quarterback to back up Cam Ward. Like, he would be the perfect backup quarterback for us. And with the mentor trait, he should help Cam Ward increase in overall a little bit. Dude, there's some decent young players that fell through the cracks. Like Kayshawn Boutte as like a wide receiver number 4. Don't mind if I do. Even Kendre Miller here. Only 24 years old. Like, I feel like he'd be a super solid running back number 3. Okay, there is a 70 overall undrafted free agent defensive tackle, which is by far probably the deepest position in our entire team. Also comes with star development. Okay, Callum. So you best believe I am snagging this guy up and continuing to build one of the strongest D tackle rooms in the entire league. A 69 overall rookie cornerback from Florida. Again, can add some depth to that room. And also a 22-year-old 69 overall undrafted free agent strong safety, Daryl Grant, my guy. And I know this might might sound absolutely nuts, but there's another 70 overall rookie defensive tackle that went undrafted. Again, I might just take him. Hopefully he has a good preseason, and we end up trading him away. The two of our bigger players here currently on the trading block. Just would depend on what we get in return, and we're not really getting offered anything too crazy aside from Braden Fisk if it wasn't defensive tackle. Oh my god, what an offer that is. But we have no use for another D tackle. It gives me hope though that we could find a pretty good match here if any of these teams could afford it. Dominique Pooney here from the San Francisco 49ers I feel like would be a great fit. I just don't know if they're going to accept this or not. We might have to look elsewhere. I mean, I wouldn't even mind Mekhi Becton here if we could just kind of get him straight up. Not really close here with Cushenberry unless I did throw in a third round selection, because you guys remember we have four thirds, we have 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 7s, so we got to get rid of some of these draft picks. So about Lloyd and a third, and it's in the green. I think I'd rather go after some of the bigger options though if possible. What about Elijah Vera Tucker from the New York Jets? Just Lloyd and Calvin, it's about halfway. So what if I did throw in, I mean, even if I have to use multiple of those thirds, I mean, I think it would be worth it, dude. Submit this bad boy through and it's in the yellow. That being the case, I'd probably rather go after Dominique here. See how close this is in the yellow. But again, wouldn't mind using multiple of those third round picks if I get myself a long-term option at the right guard position. Send 2 of them through, it's in the green. What about one of those 4ths and 5ths? Trade was accepted. It's a huge one. Also a salary dump for a cheap player on a cheap contract. I mean, it looks like a lot, but I think this is going to be a massive deal for us. Although I am very sad to be parting ways with Calvin Ridley. But it was a move for the future, boys. Sure Cam's sad, though. We're just going to have to hope this young wide receiver room can step up fast and hopefully develop quickly. And don't forget, I am willing to trade away Sebastian Joseph Day here. And the other player I am willing to trade away is none other than William Levis. He has 1 year left on his deal. At this point in time, he probably wants, you know, a different opportunity. Wants to change his scenery so he can have a chance to be a starter elsewhere. Is that up our offers? Any Deontay Banks is decent. Cody Barton, we could bring him back. Bring Jonnu Smith back to Tennessee. If we added another player though, like maybe Josh Wiley, again, he has 1 year left on his deal. I mean, I feel like we should be able to get something half decent. Like Dion Johnson would have been interesting if he already didn't make a guard move. Jack Sawyer, I actually am a big fan, but I don't really think we have a spot for him. But what about Peyton Wilson? I'm actually a big fan of his, and I don't think it would take way too much. What about just Will Levis since I need a quarterback? It's actually really close. So this should actually be relatively painless. Just get rid of a few guys on expiring contracts. In the green now. Maybe instead we throw in one of these receivers, maybe Jaquan Jackson. They'll decline, but we can trade away a few draft picks here if needs be. We have multiple 7ths. Would even be opposed to give up a 6. Let's just try both 7ths at first. Still declined. We also do have multiple extra 3rd round picks, which I feel like, was that multiple extra 5ths in the future? It is. So how about that instead? Come on, Peyton, you want to be a Titan. Trade was accepted. We bring in a young, talented player at a big position of need. So now things slowly but surely starting to come together a little bit here. I'd still like a better middle linebacker if possible. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, if Chig doesn't increase quite a bit in overall this year, I might look at trying to upgrade the tight end position. Not now, though. We're gonna lock in on a new middle linebacker. Hold on, fellas. We might have ourselves another trade going down with the Steelers here, trying to bring in Patrick Queen, middle linebacker. Remember, we have multiple 3rd round picks. I don't want to have to use more than 2. I mean, I feel like this would be worth it 100%, and the trade has been accepted. Literally just came out of left field, and I will gladly take it. The old linebacker room is looking fan-freaking-tastic. And the thing about this team too, dude, is it's extremely young. Like, there's hardly anybody in this team that's over 30 years old, so everybody's just going to continue to get better and better each and every season, especially on offense. Long term, we're definitely going to have to get a better tackle, definitely have to get a better running back once Tony Pollard ends up going somewhere else in the offseason, but as of right now, dude, I'm excited for the future of this team. Might not win it all this year, but maybe next year. I am going to take part in training camp this year, though. We need to improve our team as much as humanly possible. Now, if we can strike gold here with Cameron, there is a very, very slight chance that he gets a dev trade increase, but it's that important. Moving up to superstar is that important that we have to sit here and try to hit gold. Made it to bronze with that throw, boys. We just hit silver. We have what it takes, boys, to get gold. Give me one more good hit. Give me a good target. Give me a target. I didn't get to throw off. Bullseye at the buzzer! At the buzzer! What in the world? Oh my god, a freaking training camp minigame drill just made a 30-year-old have an adrenaline rush. At the gosh dang buzzer. My heart is bumping right now. And look at that. You got to be kidding me. We get 1 gold medal in a minigame drill at the death and immediately get a dev trade increase. You guys have absolutely no idea how important that is that Cam Ward now has a superstar dev trait. He could end up this second season like a 90 overall, maybe even a little bit higher. I think it's safe to say I need to sit here and take the time to complete minicamp. Oh my god, that took me so long to get gold. Hopefully we can get Tajay Spears, who should be our running back of the future, another dev trade increase. I'm not so lucky this time, but hey, at least we get an extra skill point. Had a little struggle on the wide receiver drill as well, but at the end of the day, get another goal. Oh, and Io Manor is going to get 2 skill point upgrades. Now I'm going to try and get JC Latham an upgrade. Like this one's easy peasy. You're going to get gold very first try. Maybe not. These balls are coming real fast. Stressing me out, dude. Doing good blocking the balls so far. Well, I about choked right there. Not going to lie. We are getting very close, though. Very close to getting gold. I'm not gonna lie, this is where I start to stress out. Oh, we got gold. Oh, we're good now. Let's go. Proud of myself for the composure. Try to get our young Edge Aladejo a little upgrade. Maybe even a dev trade increase if we can get off this block. Come on. I have to clutch this up here. He had me locked down. Maybe we got a decent little bonus. I definitely think it's safe to say this drill is a lot harder than what it was last year. This is one of the ones I would breeze through every single time. And we can't even move, dude. Who is this offensive lineman? 4? See if we can get past Thor this time quite easily. Come on. Okay. Might actually be onto something here. I don't remember last year them getting so close to pushing you out all the time. Now we gotta clutch this up 1 more. We need 1 more to potentially get Femi a little upgrade and dev trade increase here. Maybe. I don't think I've ever seen 2. Whoa, I've never seen 2 dev trade increases in the same training camp. Oh god, don't choke, don't choke. We got this. Oh, we got this. Sit down, Cameron. That's another gold in the bank. Only 1 skill point, though. Now time to get our brand new addition in Peyton Wilson a little upgrade. If I can do better than that. Okay, about to get silver. Not gonna lie, I'm struggling on this one. I'm normally pretty good. And oh no. Oh my god, I got so bailed there. We need like 1 more big hit and we get gold. Come on. And I choked, dude. I choked. You still do this though. We got this. I shouldn't have spoke. Oh. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh my god. We did it again, dude. At the freaking death. Again, no dev trade increase. Last but not least, we need to cover better than that, Roger. Unfortunate. Another interception. Give me that. Settled with the silver, because that drill was definitely not making me happy. Oh, you love to see it. Now has quick draw, anchored extender, and closer. Still cannot describe you how important this superstar was to our rebuild. Now, these 2 upgrades that Ellick got should bump him up. Oh my god. Dude, that bumped his overall up a ton. He got +3 to catching, +3 to release, +5 to short route running. Okay, so it used both of his skill points there, but man, he's all the way up to an 82 overall now. Also went ahead and gave everybody else their upgrades. With training camp complete, it is now time to advance to mid-season, and once we get to the trade deadline, it'll be time to see if we need to sell or maybe even be buyers and go on a run this season. Made it to the trade deadline, and we did it again this season. Still not on top in our division, though, because pretty much everybody's having a great season outside of Jacksonville. I mean, honestly, the rest of the AFC is kind of having an off year. So we're literally, what, a half a game out of the 1 seed? Started off 3-0 before a pretty close loss against the Eagles. Like, being able to compete against the Eagles at this point, dude, has me extremely excited. Beat the Steelers and Will Levis, beat the Patriots, and then did drop our first division game against the Colts. I think it's safe to say Cam outplayed William in their head-to-head. Speaking of Cameron, how's he doing? Having an incredible season. Oh my god. 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. I told you guys all he needed to do was limit his turnovers, and he's doing just that. Interested to see what his overall is up to. On the ground, Tony P, not having the best of seasons, barely averaging 4 yards per carry. Elick is a dog, dude. 525 yards, on pace for over 1,000 yards in just his second season. 4 touchdowns. Kayshon Boutte, what an addition he was, dude. 7 touchdowns, 355 yards. The rookie, Lynn Griffin, putting up decent numbers. Looks like Chamire DK is the odd man out for some reason. Defensively, Jeff Simmons with 4.5 sacks. Lucas Van Ness with 4. Peyton Wilson with 3. Disappointed in Aladejo, though, man. I feel like he needs to be getting to the backfield a little more often. A moment the truth, Cam's overall is all the way up to an 87. Not shabby. Which already, just a season and a half into his career, has him up to the 12th ranked quarterback in the NFL. Iamainer up to an 83. Griffin up to an 80. Man, I like the progression from some of the young guys. I mean, especially Olafemi. He's up to an 81. But I'm just not seeing the production from him. The good news, the squad is up to an 84 overall across the board. So maybe, just maybe this season, they could go on a little Mickey Mouse run. I do want to check out the trade block before we get any further. Maybe see if we can get a good little deal. Running back actually looks a little intriguing, boys. Like, maybe we could pick up our long-term option at the running back position here. We'll come back to that. I'm trying to look, see if we can find any good deals. See, dude, Tucker Kraft is still on the trade block. Like, Do I try? Do I just see if they accept the trade straight up for Chick? I don't know why they would. I just want to try it. It's just not close. It's just not worth it. Now, Landon Jackson's an interesting one here. 23 years old, 78 overall. Like, should I just trade Lucas Van Ness straight up for him? I mean, I incur a little bit of a penalty next season. I just want to see what they say. Let's see. It's decline, which is fair. Jacob Parrish, 82 overall cornerback, is on the trade block. Could we get away with like a third for next year for him? Not even close. So even though these players are on the trade block, these teams aren't really budging too much. So I still do want to see, though, if we get a long-term option at running back. Maybe Dylan Sampson, Jordan James, only 22. Let's see what it would take to get a Jordan James. Like I mentioned, how about that third from next year? See, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, even up the offer a little bit, it's not even halfway, man. So I think I'm going to make the decision, once again, 2 straight consecutive trade deadlines to stand pat. I mean, we're 5-2 on this season. Let's see if we can go on a run here. Hopefully, at least this time around, make the playoffs for the first time since, what, 2021, 2022? Oh, no, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, we did it again, boys. You have got to be kidding me. Literally was the first man out. That's so nasty. That is nasty work. This does make me believe, though, if we put together one more super solid offseason, maybe make some trades, bring in a superstar or two, this could be us in the playoffs next season with maybe even a potential Super Bowl run. What happened down the stretch, man? We lost 2 straight. We lost to the Colts twice in a 4-week span, which is disgusting. Cowboys barely squeaked past us, lost to the Chargers, lost to the Texans, lost to the Bengals. So we really kind of struggled in our division this year. At least, even with all the young pieces we have, we had a top 10 offensive unit this season. It's just our defense that kind of sucks. Cameron Ward, take a freaking bow, son. 4,600 yards, 39 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, with 71% of his passes completed. I'd be shocked if he already wasn't up to a 90 overall. And honestly, dude, with these numbers, he could have got MVP votes, which is just crazy because this is his second season. Man, imagine if we just had a better running game. So, like, this really might be where we need to move on from Tony Pollard and try and get ourselves a superstar running back in the offseason, unless we feel comfortable just handing over the reins to Tajay Spears by himself. Now, through the air, I think we have ourselves our new #1 receiver, boys. 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. And also, would you look at Mr. Chigozie Okonkwo? I am so happy we gave him that contract extension. Led the team in catches, had 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns. Rookie Lynn Griffin, great year from him too. Excited to see what he's up to. 916 yards, 4 touchdowns. DK came on strong in the second half with 600 yards, 2 tutties. Defensively, Patrick Queen, big season, led us with 125 tackles. Jeff Simmons with double-digit sacks. Lucas Van Ness, big contributor, as was Peyton Wilson. Oladejo, though, his second consecutive season was just about 4 sacks. Let's see, brother. Did Cam Ward have MVP votes in his second season? He did. He came in 3rd. This guy is already a freaking superstar. Came in 5th place this season in Coach of the Year voting, so we're moving on up. Maybe by the end of the day, we'll become the winner. Oh, wow. This one kind of stings, not gonna lie. This is the wide receiver I wanted to draft if we traded down. He won Offensive Player of the Year in his first season, which I'm assuming that also means he had to have won Rookie of the Year. So we kind of got, oh my God, dude. How well did the freaking Jets draft? 20 touchdowns for a rookie is nasty. That's crazy, dude. Up to an 86 with normal development is just nuts. Safe to say he'll probably get upgraded to superstar this offseason. Time to reveal Cam Ward's improvement. He is now up to a 90 overall superstar. And with those numbers that he put up, man, there's like a slight chance he could automatically be upgraded to Superstar X Factor this offseason. Almost to the point where he's considered a top 5 quarterback quarterback in the league, which is just insane when you consider where he came from. And we still do have a few more cheap seasons of him, boys, so if we're gonna go on a Super Bowl run, we have got to do it fast. Tajay Spears is up to an 84, man, so like, do we just let him take over next season? Like, what do we do? Guess we'll just scour the market, see if we can get a reasonable upgrade. If not, we can just stick with them. Io Manor up to an 85, DK up to a 77, Griffin up to an 81. See, my thing with Chig is like, even with the great season he had, he's not progressing fast enough. He's only up to a 79. Our late stud in Gomez at the center position up to a 77, so already higher overall than what Louis Cushenberry was. Not too mad at the current state of the offensive line. I think we'll be good next season. Defensively, that 7th round rookie the computer draft is up to a 73, which is crazy work. Olafemi up to an 83, so hopefully he can have a breakout season next year. And at the end of season 2, we are officially up to an 85 overall team across the board, which means we have officially gone up 5 in 2 seasons. Imagine what we could do given just one more offseason. So we're gonna go ahead and simulate here, see who wins the Super Bowl, see if maybe the Bucks can go back to back. Oh wow, Joe Burrow, finally a Super Bowl champion. The Lions finally made it as a heartbreaker for them, but happy for Joseph. Oh, it looks like Derrick Henry retired. So did Matthew Stafford. Oh, the Rams got decimated. Oh, we lost Tyrod? Not only that, dude, Stephon Diggs calls it quits. Oh, not Kyle Juszczyk. Levante David, Travis Kelce gone. Another pretty big list of some very talented players. Now, time to check the Cam Ward, after just 2 seasons, finally become an X Factor. Yes, he did. That is insane that we called it. Also, look at Chig up here, up to a superstar, so we take that. Oh, you love to see it, brother. Beautiful scenes. Literally just became an X Factor this past week. Which ability did he get? He got Bazooka. Of course he did. He can throw the ball 90 yards in game now. And defensively, I think Patrick Queen might have increased his superstar. He might have already been there. I do know L'Jarius Sneed lost his superstar after last offseason and just gained it right back. Outside of that, I think literally everybody is the same. We have 12 player contracts we need to renegotiate with $133 million to spend. JC Latham absolutely accepting his 5th-year option. Oh, my punter, dude. I gotta bring him back. Give him a 7-year deal. I'll even bump the money up a little bit. We can afford you. We have a long-term punter. If we do not win the Super Bowl by the time his contract expires, we are screwed. Same thing with this undrafted free agent we signed. What you guys didn't see is he's like a 95 overall kick returner. So, again, I might try to lock him down on the cheap for a long time to be the Titans kick and punt returner for the next decade, and he's coming back. Same thing with this young, strong safety dude. Lock up some depth pieces for a long time, and Daryl's coming back. Now, the ones that are actually kind of important here. Tony Pollard. Like, do I bring him back on a 1-year deal? And if I do that, but we also find a much better starter, I could just then use him as a trade bait. Tajay Spears, I'm gonna bring him back, and if I do not find somebody better and trade away Tony Pollard, he'll be the starter. Patrick Queen, we have absolutely got to find a way to bring him back. If anything, I'm probably just gonna franchise tag him. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get Patrick Queen out of the way. 28 years old, so I'll give him a little 4-year deal. I'll up the money a little bit to make sure we can entice him to stay, and to my surprise, he didn't give us any trouble. Now, Tajay's a big one. If we don't re-sign him, I'll probably franchise tag him because we should be able to afford it for next season. But I don't think he'll leave us, right? He's interested in coming back. I up the money a little bit, up the deal length a little bit as well, and Tajay Spears is going to be a Titan until he's 30 years old at least. And like I said, the big question here is Tony Pollard. Thing is, I only want to give you a 1-year deal, which means I will have to bump up the salary and bonus a bit, but again, we could just be shifting on this contract next year if we trade him, and the 1-year deal wasn't a problem for him. We got everybody back. Tayshaun Boutte had a good season for us, but I just don't want to give him the money that he's asking for. I could probably just sign somebody next year to replace him. Same thing with Miller, same thing with Alex Anzalone. Although I say that, and he's not really asking for much. You know what? Why not just bring him back to be a good depth piece? For these guys, best of luck to you. Wait, we have a storyline about my coordinator. Aaron's back. Don't tell me you're leaving. Being a great leader is about the role you play in creating the identity of your team. For our defense, we need to lock down the passing game. More than willing to put in the effort to be a key part of that identity, coach. There's a lot of ways I could affect the passing game. What should I focus on? Probably, let's master the cover too. Make him attack the middle of the field, and Aaron's on it. I think it's now officially time to see how much of this $95 million we can spend in free agency. Here we have it, brother. Moment of truth. Oh, wow. What a freaking free agent class this is, and we need to be smart, but at the same time, I do want to try and go all out and win it all this season. Oh, God, what do we do here? Like, Kyle Hamilton would be such a massive upgrade. We're just going to have to pay him so much because he's not interested. But what an upgrade he would be on top of Amani Hooker, and what an ambitious signing this would be to show that we're trying to go all out and start this Super Bowl window now. I mean, he should be be here for the duration of the rebuild if we sign him, but like I said, we're gonna have to overpay by so much, man. $20 million a year, and I don't even think that's gonna be enough. Oh my god, it is to lead for him. Holy crap. Now, you guys know I don't need to be signing wide receivers. We have some young depth there, so I'm not gonna be too crazy about that. Now, we could bring in Marlon Humphrey on a little one-year deal, and that's all he's asking for. He is interested in joining. It'd be $20 million for a year, but I wouldn't be too mad at it. If for whatever reason we kind of flop next year, we could also ship him on for something pretty solid at the trade deadline. Or we're tied with the other teams, and I feel like I can afford to offer a little bit more to push me over the edge. Now, in first place for Marlon, you know how I said I didn't need wide receiver? I'm sitting here wondering, since there's good free agents right in my lap here and I have the money to spend it, should I? And if I do that, do I go after Tyreek Hill and just like a one-year deal since I have young guys behind him? Or do I get a Zay Flowers or a J-Mo who I could lock down for a long time, but it would be expensive because they have no interest in me? With that being the case, that might actually be the deciding factor. Do I just go after Tyreek Hill on a one-year deal and hopefully we can just win the Super Bowl next year? He wants a 2-year deal, which could actually hurt us because I'm not offering that. I'll only offer a 1-year deal. Oh no, the Raiders. The Raiders are going to get him. I'll up the money just a little bit because we can afford it and it'll come off our books next season. Same thing, we could trade them if we're not in the playoff race. Oh, it's still the Raiders, man. Do I do it? Do I sign him on a 2-year deal? Do I try it? Let's do it. 2-year deal for Tyreek Hill. What do we have to do, man? What do we have to do to be tied at least for the lead here, man? Finally, tied with the Raiders. I had to offer literally $28 million per season. See, Trenton Simpson would be an incredible addition at the will linebacker position. This is a guy I really do want to throw some money at. He has no interest in joining us, so I'm going to have to overpay quite heavily, which is kind of disgusting. And again, we are currently in the lead at least. Well, if we didn't have Lucas Van Ness, dude, Kayvon Thibodeau would be enticing, but we cannot spend the money on another edge right now. Can't do it. No real offensive lineman that enticed me this offseason. I know we did need a running back, but again, I really don't think any of these guys would be a difference maker. Like Tajay Spears is higher rated than all of them. Like maybe we have to acquire one in a trade. What a list of 4 players this is, boys. If we are able to sign all 4, I am telling you, I'm going to go all out in the preseason, trade a few picks away, and try to win the Super Bowl next year. Because this is absolutely enough talent to make us one of the best teams in the league. If they sign, we have to evaluate the offers. Realistically, I hope we can get at least 2. I really, really want Kyle Hamilton. I really, really need Trenton Simpson. We'll submit this offer through. Watch us not get a single one. Moment of truth, we got 3 of them. Oh, and you best believe, boys, I will take this 1,000,000%. So obviously, the one player we missed out on was Marlon Humphrey. It is what it is. Not too mad at it. I wonder now if I can spend some of that remaining cash on somebody. Only if there's a fit, though. Only if there's a fit. I mean, I could bring Calvin Ridley back, but he's down to an 80. I mean, we still do have $36 million to spend, but I'm not just going to waste it just to be stupid. What I could do is try to bring somebody in on a 1-year deal. I know defensive tackle, we do not need help there, but why not just add talent if I can, if I'm going for it all this next season? It'll leave us $15 million in cap room. I'm making an offer. I mean, him and Jeff Simmons on that same defensive line should be banned by Roger Goodell. This really comes down to whether or not he signs with us, which was his only offer. So I'm wondering if that's the case. Should I actually bump the money down a little bit, see if I can get him for a little bit cheaper? We're going to try it. Hopefully it works. And he did sign with your Tennessee Titans, so we did get him for cheap. I know it's only 4 players, man, but it's 4 players that could very easily help lead us to a Super Bowl, especially with how good the franchise quarterback is now. And I didn't even think about it, man. We have 284 points to use. We can finally max this camp counselor out, which means next preseason, when we complete the training camp portion, we have an even more of a chance to have our dev traits increase. I think I'm going to keep adding player development abilities. I think what we're going to do here is unlock the running back training because we want our running back to be good next year. Go ahead and max that bad boy out. Also, I would still like to see an improvement from our offensive line, so let's do the same thing with that. Hopefully that was worth it. Now time for the NFL draft, where I think I'm probably just going to go after best player available because we really don't have that many big needs outside of running back unless there's some generational running back we have a chance to select. Yeah, pick 17 last year. This year we get pick 16. So kind of tough here because I actually really think this Ben Yancey guy is an absolute stud. Like, wouldn't be surprised if he came in at like 78, 79, but we don't need wide receiver. No, I said I'm taking best player available, but he'd be wasted, man. I want to see if I can trade down like 4 or 5 spots, or yeah, maybe maybe even, they only give me a 6th round pick. That's kind of a garbage offer. We're moving back 10 spots with the Buccaneers here. Will give us a 2nd for next year, a 5th, and an extra 7th for next year. I think that's the move. That 2nd rounder could be huge in trying to get a superstar running back next season. I still feel like we should get some decent talent here late in the 1st round. Now, a position that does make sense is left guard. And Matthew Pryor here, I mean, always can use offensive line help. Peter Skronsky, we might not be re-signing him. Looks like he could be his replacement. Might actually be better. Not the strongest left guard, but I still feel like with these attributes, he should be a-okay. At least have normal depth. That is my only requirement for this not to be a bust. And he comes in as a B pick, 16th in true value, got him at 26. And he comes in with hidden dev. I 100% will take this. And again, heading into our 2nd round pick here, I might trade back depending on who's on the board. I scoured the draft board. I feel like we can trade back again. And I'm honestly only looking for assets from next year. Like maybe somebody offer me a 1st round pick from next year for this year's 1st. No, but the Colts are offering me, that's not really the best of deals. I think there was actually a better deal. The Seahawks right here asking to trade back just like 10 spots again. They give me a 3rd next year and a 5th this year. I will gladly take that. Now I'm looking at potentially drafting a running back. It does kind of suck. I don't have any fully scouted. I don't think this Rayshon McDougal guy is the best one on the board. I think it's one of these guys that's projected to go in the 3rd or 4th round. So what I'm gonna do actually is trade back one more time and see which one of those guys are still on the board. I'm not gonna trade down too far though. Or do I just trade this pick for future assets because the Seahawks are offering me a 2nd and a 3rd for the future, which could be huge in a trade. I think I'm actually gonna do that. Like, call me crazy, but I think we're gonna bring in like a 90+ rated running back next season. And for all we know, one of those running backs could still be available here. I actually think Patrick Potts here is probably the best now. The other ones didn't look as good as what I thought. He's the fastest. Now the thing is, do I take one more risk? Oh, that's all he is fast. Oh no, he might suck. You know what? One final time, I'm gonna trade back. And if he's on the board, I'll take him. Because even if he isn't good, we still do need depth there if we trade away Tony Pollard. Want somebody give me an offer that I can't refuse here. I mean, they'll just give me an extra 4th from this year, which again, I could just trade back. Let's do that. Wait, did he get taken? Oh no, the Cowboys took him. Oh my god. Dude, I honestly might just take like the best, fastest player left in the draft. All right, this running back from Butler, Keelan Mullins, ran a 4.40. We know he's fast. That really might be it. But we could use a speedy back in our backfield. Hopefully he's not, I wasn't terrible. Just picked him 10 spots too early in terms of his true value. He comes in with hidden development, 92 speed. Not too mad at it, even though he's 5'6". So when I was doing some research, I came across the physical of this guy, Floyd Bassey, strongest guy left in the draft, 40 reps of the bench press. I just want to see if he's good. He has B's as well. And that's insane because he's a projected undrafted player, but we saw last year, it doesn't really matter. There were so many good projected undrafted players. Honestly, I think we found ourselves a hidden gem here. Floyd is going to come in as the 39th best player in the entire draft, and we got him at 112. Comes in with normal, which does kind of ruin it a little bit, but that 95 strength is going to be massive, literally. Like I said, going to trade this extra 4th round pick we got for 2 picks next season. Going to do the same with what feels like my first and 95 5th round picks. Oh, there's still a blazing fast cornerback here in a 4.39. Not the strongest, and some of his other ratings are not good, but hey, let's bet on speed once again. Didn't go too bad with the running back pick, and it actually went really good once again with the cornerback selection. Normal dev though, 93 speed, and it's a 4th round pick. Had to take a flyer on him. Also want to add some depth at tight end. Eli Clinton here is one of the fastest guys left, although it doesn't really seem like it. At least at tight end, that is. 8 break tackle, 8 catch in traffic. That's good enough for me, Eli. 130 in true value, got him at 156. Not terrible again. Still no hidden dev though, which would obviously be a game changer. And the rest of my selections here, we're just going to try and acquire future assets. So now time to officially see if we put together another pretty solid draft class. Well, when you look at it like this, it doesn't look too good, but a 76 rated left guard in the 1st round who should end up becoming a starter for us, and that defensive tackle was a 74 rated. Floyd's a beast. Who's the best player? Oh god, in this draft class, Trent Wilkins, 84 rated running back, drafted with the 2nd pick. Oh, it's actually 480s, drafted a little bit later. Yep, dude, that Ben Yancey fella, I told you, 80 overall. I could have drafted him, and I just know he's going to win Rookie of the Year. It's time to really get cooking, though, boys. I'm telling you right now, at the start of next season, we're up to an 87 overall team, dude. I'm going to go and try and improve this team as much as physically possible. So I'm going to speak it into existence. We are winning the Super Bowl this season. As I mentioned at first, we are 100% going to be scouring the running back market. Devon Achane from the Miami Dolphins, who just got that 84 rated running back. So surely he's a generational prospect. They're going to want to play him. So maybe, just maybe, this is the perfect opportunity to bring in Achane to the Titans. Just going to send out a weird offer, see what they say at first, and it's really not close. But as you guys know by now, we have ourselves a plethora of draft picks. I mean, that's like 20 picks. I really wouldn't mind shipping on one of my second round picks, which didn't bump it up as much as I thought. You know what? Let me actually see if I can do better. Like maybe like Bijan Robinson, 98 rated. That might be a little bit too ambitious, but let's see really what is the best offer out there. Maybe Jahmyr Gibbs with 1 year left on his contract, and I would not mind whatsoever giving him an extension. Oh, they can't afford it. That's so unfortunate. Genty, do I try to bring him in? Oh, this actually excites me. Uniting him with Cameron Ward, that 100% should win us the Super Bowl. It will take us a first, though. It will absolutely take us a first round selection. It's declined, but we can work with that. We have a million second round picks that we could also use. Let's throw in another one, see where that gets us, and it's in the yellow. What if we do one more? I mean, we obviously have them to spare. Submit it through. It's in the green now. Oh, man, what do we do? Let's take out Alex Anzalone, and we're going to have to throw in another pick. And we'll probably, let's try third and see what they say. It's still in the green. How about a second from next year? Dude, this could be the one. This could be the one that really helps us win the Super Bowl. It's still declined. Oh, God. I don't want to have to use 2 first-round picks, but I might have to. What if we used all 3 of our second rounders? We'll submit it through. Decline still. Gosh, this is tough. Genty, you monster. Like, I just badly want it. Like, I badly want to bring him to the Titans, so I might have to do it one of our seconds from next year, or maybe a third from next year instead. Oh my gosh, what is it gonna take, Raiders? Would actually take our second from next year too? Trade finally accepted. One of the most insane trades to ever go down in NFL history, but it's 100% worth it if it brings his franchise their first ever Super Bowl. Oh, what a sight this is, dude. This offense is going to be unstoppable. I mean, look at the numbers he's put up in just 2 seasons, man. And not to mention, he's on his rookie contract, so we have another 3 years of him, bare minimum. Last but not least, though, I do want to see if we can either go out and grab ourselves a better edge rusher than Luke Van Ness, or one more solid cornerback. Wouldn't mind flipping Lucas Van Ness, although we would definitely incur a penalty next season. Again, doesn't really matter to me. We're going all out this year. And I obviously have a plethora of picks here. I'd be willing to throw in 2/3, one of my 4ths, one of my 5ths, one of my 6. Can we at least get like an 85, 86 rated edge out of this? Okay, Nick Benito could definitely be interesting. I just don't know if there's just any universe they accept this trade. It's declined. Any other better options? Well, maybe Yaya Diaby. He wouldn't be bad either. He's at 84 rated, a little bit lower. Maybe I could actually get rid of one of these 3rd round picks, and it's still declined. It is going to take one of those 3rds, maybe even more. Oh, come on, Buccaneers, accept. It is so close. We do have extra 2029 3rd round picks, which the trade, my friends, is finally accepted, and I really hope it was worth it. I mean, what defense on this planet is stopping this offense? Cam Ward, Genty, Tyreek Hill, Ayomena, who's turned into an absolute stud, one of the best young receivers in the league, and not to mention Tamir Idike, who had a really good year last year, and Chig also coming off a big season with 1,000 yards. And this defense has turned into an insane unit, especially if Aladejo here can finally break out. With the addition of Kyle Hamilton, we also have Amani Hooker, the veteran safety back there too. Like, there's literally not a single weakness in this entire defense, man. And the teams even get better here because we still have to go through training camp. Should we start off getting Cam another upgrade, which now I'm going to try and get Genty a little extra juice. Oh my god, we're going to clutch it up in the last play. Let's go. This should be good enough to bring him up to a 96 overall. Oh my god, thank the Lord. It was huge, absolutely massive to get Illick a gold here, because his dev treat could easily be increased to superstar, which would be massive, dude, because if that's the case, he probably hits 90 overall by the end of this season. Here we have a moment of truth. Okay, so he didn't get the upgraded dev trait, but at least he did get 2 skill points. Gotta get JC Latham, our stud right tackle, another gold upgrade. Should be getting gold any moment now. Please. This is stressful. Oh, it's another gold, thank God. We possibly upgrade JC Latham's depth traits? No. Time to get Olafemi his extra upgrade. Oh my. Dude, he's got a violent punch to him. My goodness. I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to do a drill with him now, opposed to when he was a rookie, because he's a lot better player at this point. Another gold in the bank. Still no dev trade increase. Peyton Wilson's about to become a superstar. I can feel it. Just kidding. Doesn't help that I'm having to tackle Ginty, dude. Oh my God, it's about time. Oh, I've sat here for 30 minutes. I'm not kidding. Trading for Ginty is the worst thing I've done in my entire life. Please tell me it was worth it. Please tell me it got me a dev trade increase. Last training camp boost here. Young free safety Kevin Winston on the hardest drill in all of training camp. At least we got an interception. First place, so a good start. One more interception. We should be golden. It's a deep pass all over. Running the route for him. Bang! Oh, not gold yet. I was kind of scared, not gonna lie. Oh no, it's the worst route to be ran. Perfect. Give me that gold, baby. Good thing it happened when it did, 'cause he absolutely cooked me last play. But another gold. Hopefully we get just one dev trade increase this preseason, and we don't. Let's see if the last 45 minutes of my life was worth it. We start before upgrades in an 88 overall. Have automatic upgrades on, so once we upgrade Cam Ward here, every single player should get their upgrade added. Following the upgrade, we are currently at still an 88 overall. It was worth it though. Ginty up to a 96 now. Ayumater up to an 87. But this is the season, boys. I am telling you. We're going to simulate the trade deadline. See how we're doing there. See if maybe we need to try to trade for some reinforcements. I'm telling you, this is the season. We're going to make the playoffs and immediately go on a legitimate run. Well, fellas, considering we were 6-1 and just lost our first game of the season last week, I think we're good to roll. Started off the season 6-0, although some of the wins were a little close. Then did get bested by the Bengals last week by 6 in a thriller. I think with our schedule, second half of the season, although we have a lot of away games, I mean, I feel like we should easily make the playoffs and even push for the 1 seed. Before we go any further, we do have some massive contracts here. We do need to try and renegotiate. Dominique, absolutely going to bring him back. Just going to offer him the base deal. I just love it when they make it easy on me. No stress. Hopefully, we can say the same for Big T Sweat here. I think we'd even drop the money just a little bit. And he said no problem. 56 mil still in the tank for next year, but still some pretty big negotiations got to go down. Peter Skronsky at first. We're just going to give him actually a 4-year deal. Drop the money a little. Another starter coming back. Now, Peyton Wilson, I really want him to be around for a couple more seasons. Not way too expensive. Just gonna give him the base offer. And at this point, we're still perfect in these contract negotiations. Big Jeff Simmons, though, 92 overall. We cannot afford to lose him. He just wants a 1-year deal, and honestly, I want to make it a 2-year. I'm gonna drop the money just a little bit since he's super interested in coming back. And again, we remain perfect. And okay, got an achievement out of that, which we will definitely take. We have some other big players like Taylor Moton, who's going to be gone. Restrepo's going to be gone. Jarvis Brownlee, I don't know if we'll be able to afford him. I do want to bring him back. He's a really good cornerback. Same thing with Cedric Gray. I just don't know if I'll be able to afford him because I do want to bring back L'Jarius Sneed. And if we're not going to do it, we don't have enough money. That sucks. It is what it is, though, fellas. Sometimes if you're going to build a good squad, you're not going to be able to afford to bring everybody back. So in that case, maybe we can bring back Jarvis Brownlee. A 4-year deal. He's back. So instead of L'Jarius Sneed, we're going for 2 different players. Gray, in on his contract, I actually give him a nice little 4-year deal. And outside of L'Jarius Sneed, dude, we brought back every single player. But if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, we're gonna have to figure out what the heck to do at cornerback number 1. But hopefully we won't have to worry about that though, because hopefully we just go ahead right here, finish 16-1, get the 1 seed, and win the Super Bowl. Not 16-1, but I'll definitely still take 14-3, which thank the Lord was good enough to earn ourselves a first-round bye. What a season, man. Only losses to the Bengals, a pretty big loss to the Texans, which is unfortunate, but big wins against the Colts. Buccaneers were one of the best teams in the league, and our other loss came at the hands of the Buffalo Bills. How did our offense finish? Number 1 in the National Football League. That's what I love to see, fellas. Defense, not as good as the offense, but still top 20 unit. We take it. Cameron Ward, take a bow, my son. 5,000 yards, 49 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I'm telling you guys, it's the jersey. It's magic. Like, he had to have won MVP with these numbers. There's absolutely no way. Almost 50 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions, 74% completion percentage while almost passing for 5,000 yards. I'm gonna go ahead and check. Yep, I led the league in passing yards and in touchdowns, you beautiful human. I might even be more excited to check out Ginty's stats here, who put up modest numbers, actually. 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. I wonder what happened. Now, through the air, okay, I think it's safe to say made the right decision signing Tyreek Hill, 1,400 yards, 105 catches. Look at Lynn Griffin, though. 21 touchdowns. touchdowns as a second-year receiver, with Iomaner put up 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns himself, and Chig still very productive. Now defensively, Patrick Queen led us in tackles. Yaya Diaby, you crazy boy. I mean, in my opinion, that is considered a breakout for Aladejo. Double his sack total from his first 2 seasons with 8. Jeff Simmons, 7.5, still contributing. 5 each from Patrick and Peyton. Now here we go. Did the Tennessee Titans have themselves an MVP? And yes, they did. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm not gonna lie, dude. This makes me happy. This makes me so happy. Hopefully, this is manifesting what is going to happen in real life over the next 3 years. I'm also interested with this MVP award. Like, is he up to like a 95, 96, maybe even 99 overall? And yours truly, Coach of the Year for the first time in Madden 26, and I promise you, it's not going to be the last. Wait, how did Lynn Griffin not win Offensive Player of the Year with 21 touchdowns? Pat Bryant and Rashee Rice must have put up generational seasons. Now, defensively, TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year. But we did, for the first time today, have somebody in the top 10. Now, I think we all could guess that this guy was going to win Rookie of the Year. I still don't know why the Dolphins didn't just trade me Achane. Cam Ward's overall is officially up to a 94. With his morale boost, he's up to a 99. Ginty up to a 98. Jig in the 80s finally. And Iomaner almost in the 90s himself. Team up to an 89 overall, 91 offense, 88 defense. Like, surely this is the year, right? Defense is looking nasty too, dudes. Got multiple 90 overalls now. Aladejo up to an 85. Go ahead, let me know who we take on in the divisional here. Denver Broncos, who, if you remember, Cam Ward already beat in the first game of his career. Surely we do not finally make the playoffs after 3 seasons, build the team that we have built, and get knocked out our very first playoff game, 1 game shy of the AFC Conference Championship. We won! Oh, and it wasn't even close, dude. 38-10. Defense played phenomenal. Cam Ward with his 4 touchdowns arguably played even better. Ginty with a great game. Lynn Griffin is going off right now, dude. This man is a touchdown machine. Genuinely think Diaby is what changed our season. 3 sacks in his playoff game. Without him, dude, I don't know if we are in the 1 seed. Patriots, ooh, with a big win against the Ravens. And they beat the Bengals, who beat us in the regular season. So now I'm actually kind of nervous. Even though they only won 9 games. It's either the Tennessee Titans or Mike Vrabel headed to the Super Bowl. I need to do some analysis. Who do they even have at this point? 99 Christian Gonzalez. 90 overall Drake May. 90 overall Travion Henderson. Yeah, dude, they have a pretty good team there in New England. For the first time in Madden 26, jumping in to simulate this way in a rainy Nashville, Tennessee, 1 game shy of the Tennessee Titans making the Super Bowl for the first time in a quarter of a century. Dude, we can't lose. We just can't. In the rain, though, things could get a little tricky. Our defense, big start to this one. Force the Patriots to a 3-and-out. We get the football, Cameron. Come on, make this easy on me. 4th and inches. Please go for it. We punt it. Oh my God. Big fumble recovery from L'Jarius Sneed after a massive gain, which gives us the football in the red zone. Surely we score. Surely. Touchdown, Gunnar Helm, by the way, as we take a 7-0 lead. We are now 3.5 quarters away from making it to the Super Bowl. Defense, don't give up big plays to Kyle Williams like that, please. Big stop. It's going to force the Patriots to a punt. Probably because it's raining. Give me another big drive here. Give me another touchdown so we can have some breathing room. No sacks, please. Even a field goal I would take. And 10-0. Luke Pierce is good. Oh my God. L'Jarius Sneed and what might be his swan song as a Tennessee Titan, having the biggest game of his life. A fumble earlier and now a huge interception. Oh wait, did he score? Oh my God, it's 17-0. I think it's pretty safe to say at this point, we can simulate to the end of the game. It's still 17, 20-0, 27-0. This Tennessee Titans team, I'm pretty sure, just made a pretty massive statement. 30-0. We get an achievement in the AFC Conference Championship game to bring the Tennessee Titans back to the Super Bowl in 25 plus years at this point. Cam Ward, the franchise savior, but we still need 1 more. Cam Ward did everything he had to do. I'm assuming a good game from Ginty. It was just that really our defense, man, took over. Look at Iomaner. If this does happen to be your final run as a Tennessee Titan, L'Jarius, thank you. Now it comes down to this. It's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles or Arizona Cardinals that we get in our first Super Bowl of Madden 26. You know what, dude? Let it be the Eagles. Bring it on. To be honest, I want the Cardinals. Would be a lot easier. Oh my God. We get the 8-9 Arizona Cardinals, brother. Did we just pull off a Mickey Mouser? 21-17. You absolute beautiful birds. I mean, they dominated, dude. 100 plus more yards in Philadelphia. Kyler went the frick off. Michael Wilson is a dog. I can't believe it, dude. It legitimately all comes down to this. Can we finally get our first Super Bowl win in franchise history? Good news, Genty is now our first 99 overall player of the day. Took him 3 full seasons, but he finally made it as a member of the 99 club. I need to see, who do the Cardinals have? Trey McBride's a beast, obviously. Buda Baker's still there. Marvin Harrison's turned into a beast. Like, really no new players added through free agency or trades or anything. They've just done a really good job of developing. I think it would also be kind of smart before heading into our biggest game in franchise history if we use these 400 franchise points. Probably would actually be smart for this game to up everything for our coordinators. Specifically, every single one that kind of gives them a stat boost. Okay, so we can even give Cam Ward a little bit of a boost here. Give him a bunch of accuracy bumps. Upgrade our offensive linemen quite a bit here. This feels like cheating, but even give Genty a little boost. And also give our receivers a little boost to catching the football. Now it is time, my friends, to go and win the biggest game in franchise history. You know what makes this scene even better? Miami, Florida, Dolphins Stadium, where the Titans should have been playing in 2020 if they would have actually beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. This is the perfect opportunity to rewrite history. And all we have to do is beat a feisty 8-9 Cardinals team. No pressure. Defense, we need you to start out strong here. Couldn't force them to a 3-and-out. Marvin Harrison for 12 yards. Big penalty against Marvin now, as they're slowly creeping into plush territory, but L'Jarius Sneed is on the craziest Linsanity run of all time right now. Oh my God, maybe I should have given him a contract extension. He's literally carrying the team on his back right now to a Lombardi trophy. Now it's time to move this freaking football, brother. Slowly but surely. Genty is running the ball down their throat right now. Lane Griffin coming up with a catch. 14 yards away, 7 yards away, 1 yard away. Touchdown Titans. Ashton Genty, you beautiful human. Oh, come on. Give me a quick stop here. Give me a quick stop and the juices will be flowing. 4th and 2. They went for it. Negative 3-yard run. We have incredible field position, although we start with a sack. Oh, man, we had to punt it. The defense is playing out of their freaking skulls right now. Honestly, a little bit lower scored of a game than what I anticipated. Although, I say all that. We are in plush territory, scooting down the field in the red zone now, but then another sack, this time from Walter Nolan. I don't want to settle for a field goal here. Oh my God. 3rd and 17, a 23-yard strike to Alec Iomanor as the Tennessee Titans have a 14-0 lead, potentially going into halftime, maybe even more. Maybe even more. 34 seconds to go. Can we at least get a field goal? Make it a 3-possession game. I mean, I feel like we're in field goal range, but we don't get it off as we head into the second half. I am going to go ahead. I feel comfortable to simulate to the end. 2 more quarters. Surely we don't choke the first ever Super Bowl in franchise history away right here. Surely not. 2 quarters to go. It's 21-0. Cardinals finally get on the board. 28-7. It is music to my freaking ears. A visual composed by Pablo Picasso himself. Your Tennessee Titans, for the first time ever, are Super Bowl champions as we get drenched with the ever so beloved Gatorade bath. Cam Ward, the franchise savior. I really hope this is foreshadowing, you know, what's really going to happen the next 3 years. In the meantime, we're going to have to appreciate it in Madden, as this makes me so happy. Now, if you enjoyed that one, you can click right here to watch another Madden 26 banger. And also, while you're here, go ahead and subscribe. A lot more Madden 26 content coming your way ASAP, as in tomorrow.